so the entire population of Dubai is actually 4.04 million. And out of 4.04 million of population, if you see what is actually the expats here and what are really the number of the Emiratis. So if you see the total number of Emirati, it's only and only 11.9%. Out of that, whatever is actually the rest, it's all the expats. Even right now, we all are actually surrounded with expats only, be it me or be it you guys. So this all is about that. Why? Why Dubai? Just if you see, just 40 to 45 years ago, Dubai was literally a desert. Nobody actually knew even there is actually a concept of Dubai, just only a city in the entire UAE. So how Dubai, as if now, has become the world's #1 top-notch international city in terms of globally, in terms of regionally, in terms of worldwide. Dubai has literally given its best in terms of safety, in terms of investment. If you see, the best thing about the investment in Dubai, there is, first of all, it's literally having 0% tax. I'm from India, and I know those who are actually from India, we all know that there is actually a tax. Tax, be it on income, be it on capital gain, be it actually on the property. So you need to pay around 35 to 45% of the tax. But over here, it's literally going to be zero. You do not have to pay any kind of tax, neither on the capital, neither on the property, neither on the income. Whatever is yours is actually yours. But apart from that also, if you see the very first thing, it's all about having the world-class infrastructure, right? As you could just see, this is Burj Khalifa, having a great testimony that the great infrastructure, if you're going to ever find anywhere, it's actually going to be Dubai. So in Dubai, from the world's tallest tower, from the world's largest mall, that's the Dubai Mall, which is also here. So you see that the tallest building, the largest malls, if you ever find anywhere, it's actually going to be Dubai, which always attracts a tourism just to come in and stay the luxury thing. Not only this, as I said, it's all about having the great tax-free income, which I already spoke about it. Then having the economic growth and the stability. So in this economic growth and the stability, first of all, what's this economic growth and the stability? First of all, we need to understand that the currency of Dubai is dirham, and this is actually packed with dollars, with 3.657, all right? And this has been the agreement in 1997. So since then, whatever way that you see that, okay, that dollars is actually going high in the market with the 3.657, which packed, which locked with the dirham, it's also going to go high. So you're going to see a great, amazing currency appreciation. I'm from India. I'm giving you again and again example. So there, 25 rupees, if you see the foreign exchange rate, it's actually going to be 25.64. It's there 1 dirham. Okay, so there you're going to see that how much of great currency appreciation as an Indian I'm also going to have if I'm actually the investor from India. Not only this, as you see the stability, what kind of stability it is. So in Dubai, there is no kind of government in terms of democracy. It's a monarchical form. So he's the king. He knows that I and my family is only going to be the ruler. That's how they are actually having the great development. If you see other countries, there is actually a democracy form of government, or maybe the presidential and so, but they are having what they think actually have the weakening part about that, with due respect with all other countries. But every 5 years or every 10 years, there gets the change in the government. There gets the change in the government, whatever the development that a government had already made, either they stop it or they amend it, or just making their pocket little warm just to make their money kind of safe. But over here, because they do have the competition within themselves, they have the competition as in, okay, there is one party, maybe they're going to take my power from the another party. They always have that kind of insecurity. But in Dubai, it's all about the monarchical thing. They know it's going to be them and it's going to be them forever. That's how they know that they do not have the competition within themselves. If they have the competition, they have the competition with the entire world. And that's how they either want to be the world's best or they want to be the world's first. That's what Dubai is all about. I hope I'm clear till here. So those who are kind of new also, you can also get an idea, okay? Then world-class infrastructures plus the world-class events, where I don't have to say much about it. Now talking about the growing population and the demand. As I said, every 10 years there gets actually the double of the population. Right now we are actually standing in Q2 and the population is actually around 4.04 million, but then in 10 years it really gets high. Why? Because they are literally welcoming, they are literally opening the doors for all the unemployed people, for all the great smart minds to just come in and just to make Dubai as one of the welcoming city where they can just really empower the people. Am I clear with this?
Yes.
Alright, then the great high rental yields. Because in Dubai, you actually see that Dubai gives you great rental yield. Every year there comes the appreciation as well as the rental yield. You know what? In 2024, if you see the rental appreciation, if you see in the entire Dubai, it was 27%. It was literally 27%. I want you guys to Google up whenever you're going to get time. And if you see in 2025, it was around from 12 to 15%. Irrespective, during the war-like situation, Dubai literally didn't crash up. If somebody is going to say, okay, Dubai's market literally got crashed, well, I'll say, hold on, it's not crashed. I would rather say that it was actually softened up. Okay, it got little softened up, but then again, whenever there comes a correction here, Dubai literally bounced back, and that too in a better way. So we should all have the great understanding and a great respect to Dubai, that what Dubai has actually given up to us. Now following with that, as I will be just really making it up here from here to here, because it's actually connected with my safety. Safety as in, because in the entire Dubai, I being a girl, it's just not only that, okay, female is kind of a safe. This is not a kind of a safety I'm talking about. It's also having the another safety in terms of the investor. As I said, 4.04 million of population, 11 are only just the Emirati, remaining are the expats, and it has become, as it has literally broken up the records. In the entire international world, US was considered as the great investment in terms of the real estate. And if I see you, and if I'll right now show up to you the news just only 4 days ago, it has literally broken their records. Now Dubai is literally standing as #1 in the entire world, and US is actually at the second position in terms of the great investment if anybody has to do in terms of the real estate. Okay, this shows the great confidence that where we are the citizens, we are the great citizens of Dubai. Now talking about the safety, how this has literally become, why people are literally coming to Dubai, because of this safety. Why? Because you're actually not giving the money to me. This safety is actually for the investors. Why? Because the money whosoever is actually paying, like let's assume that I'm a developer, I'm in the market from the last 35 years. Okay, and in these 35 years, I do have my reputation, I do have every single thing. But still, for a customer who is actually from abroad, he doesn't know much about the things. He does only know whether that developer, who whatever project he has, does he have an escrow account or not. So whatever amount you're going to pay as an investor, you're not giving the money to me. You're actually giving that money to the escrow account. That escrow account is actually a joint account which is of the investor and the developer, which is actually being under the protection of the DLD RERA. And that's how you're actually getting a protection by the world's finest, securest government, that is the Dubai government, and that's how you are actually having the safety environment in terms of agenda, in terms of people. Even if, as I said, again I'm telling you, out of 4.04 million of population, there are people from Syria, from India, from Pakistan, from Nigeria, from America, from Europe, and so many different other countries. Have you seen the criminal rate over here, the crime rate? It's literally negligible. Having so much of cultures all together, but still having negligible crime, it really means that where we are standing. Why people are not going to US, why people are really not going to UK, for so many other reasons. But best reason is this. After Finland, Dubai is considered as one of the top-notch safest country, as in terms of the city in the entire UAE. And we all bore the testimony during the war. When it was the warlike situation, those who have witnessed this, I only used to say, okay, I live in Dubai, it's one of the safest city. But believe me, when it was March, I was crying. I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen? I have never seen this kind of a thing. And the moment I'm here now, I'm literally seeing this all. And then the way it was like literally missiles going on, but we were coming to the office. Why? Because we actually have a belief, we have a trust on His Highness that okay, we're gonna be safe. And He literally did amazing throughout our expectations. Am I clear with this? So in the entire world, we say Akhira, me being a Muslim, so I have a great foundation on the Day of Judgment. I'm saying that if there is going to be a Day of Judgment, Dubai would be the last city to just get destroyed. Because that's what I believe on Dubai, and that's how I'm loving Dubai. So this all is about that. Now having this strong regulation, I believe you all are aware about that. That what great of stronger aviation, as well as if you talk about the aviation hub. So Dubai is strategically located in the center of the world. Wherever most of the flights, if they have to go to anywhere, the first station is actually Dubai. Most of the flights, I'm saying, actually has to come, land here, and from here it has to go to somewhere else, and giving them a great way of the tourism also. Am I clear with this all? Okay, so now I think these are the enough reasons that why we should invest in Dubai. Just for those who kind of need a little knowledge more about Dubai. I hope, am I clear with this? And then again, high standard of living, which nobody can actually match, because it has every single thing. Now, let's talk about now Dugasta.
Can I just see the first 3 parts of this slide? That's
Stability.
world class. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, done.
perfect.
Yeah.
If you want, definitely I can just share this PPT with you all. Okay, now let's just talk about the Dugasta properties. So wherever you're supposed to invest, whether it's going to be your 1 million or even 500,000 or maybe your 500 million, you should actually know the journey of a developer. Okay, I hope we are not getting bored. It's all good? Everything is fine? Okay, okay. So let's just talk about our journey. Our journey is very much important for so many different perspectives. Number one perspective could be definitely an investor. And second of all, for a broker as a channel partner, because you need to understand that whether it's going to be a trustworthy or not. So our chair, Mr. Tafsir Khan, he is actually from India, and he has come from India to Dubai in 1991. And after understanding that how he could be a helping hand to the entire Dubai and definitely for himself, he understood that real estate is going to be something which is going to empower him, and definitely with him he can just empower the entire UAE. So that's how what he did. In 1997 we start with our property management. Okay, in property management, do you know what is actually the best business growing over here in Dubai? First of all, the main source of Dubai. I'm so sorry, can I receive a call? Just only 1 minute. Hello? 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 I'm in a meeting. Can I just call you after an hour? If it's not urgent. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, so then, as I said, if you see the great falloos, the money coming to Dubai is actually from different other fields. But the major field is either the tourism or the real estate. Even if people who are actually coming as the tourist, where they're gonna stay? Again in the buildings, and then again this building is actually related to the real estate. So the most of the stream for this income is actually coming from this real estate. And that's how in the real estate, you being an owner, you cannot manage your property. You need to either full-fledgedly work on your property management, or you need to definitely hire a property management. Okay, if you're running a business, you cannot really spend all your time for your property management. Either do the property management business, or then you're literally losing your remaining other business, because it's so very hard and tough to manage the buildings over here with all the other expectation. So what did we do after understanding this? In 1997, we started our property management company. This is very much important for all of you to understand. This, since 1997, if we are in the market, we are actually having the expertise in the property management. As of now, City Tower is one of the top-notch management company in the entire UAE. I'm not only talking about Dubai, but I'm talking about in the entire UAE. I'm having buildings more than 286 which I manage. I as in City Tower, right? And this is all about, we are having buildings in Dubai, in Sharjah and in Ajman also. So having the expertise of that, we understood, you know, if I may ask somebody of you who can just actually answer, what is actually the renters that a person can expect right now in the Dubai market?
7 off plan.
Off plan or ready? Because in off plan it doesn't give any rentals, but in ready.
Ready?
Well, if you're going to see the average one, what's actually the rentals? Huh?
6.5.
6.5, wonderful. Let me just tell you, amazing. As of now, because it has literally come down, okay. And this 6 or 6.7 that you're talking about, this is also not the net, this is the gross, right? Now, let me just tell you the average standard, whichever you said, it's right now currently happening, which is amazing. Now, if I talk about the average returns that are rentals is actually coming, it's really 7, and in maximum areas, it's literally coming in so very rare cases, 8%. But this 7 or this 8%, it's not something that I count it as the net. It is the gross. Why? Because then if you're going to get the renters, you're buying a property from any developer, just buy the property from here. This is the building that you're having right now. You bought a property, but then your main purpose is for the investment. And in order to have the investment, you need to generate a passive income. You need to generate a passive income, you need to put that property on the rentals, right? You cannot do it, you need to hire a property management. And the property management is actually going to charge you from 1% to 5%. Is that so? Property management actually charge you that, so that's just one, actually the fee that you need to pay. That's the one thing. Second thing, if you bought a property today, let's assume that this is inshallah going to be your property, okay? So today you bought a property and you're not putting any property management, you're not getting any kind of rentals, not receiving any rentals, but still this is your property, this is in the building and this is on this land. There comes the another charge which we call it up as a service charges, okay? Whether your property is locked or not, whether the tenant is there or not, whether it's like literally a sleeping property, you being the owner, you still need to pay the service charges, which depends on the area to area. If we see the average, it starts with 8 dirham per square feet, goes up to 12, 14, 120 and so on. So if you see the Burj Khalifa is actually having a service charges of 56 dirham per square feet. That's the thing. Now multiply it by the area, you're having 1118 and so and so. And this is going to be a charge of first year. Multiply it for 10 years, see how much of charge you're supposed to pay. And this will increase every year. Then if you see as just a net, from your 7 to 8%, you're able to save only up to 5 to 5%. And if you see currently, because the current gross is actually coming as 6.5 something, now deduct all this 3-4% also. So what amount you're going to save? So we understood that there is this gap. And in order to cover this gap, what we did is, we came then as a developer. As a developer in 2016, when we came, we started to give something very unique. What unique kind of a thing we gave? Because we know that people who really want to come to invest Dubai for so many good reasons, from tax-free to the great capital appreciation to the great highest rentals to the great good standard of living. But the only problem comes here, the renters, they are really deducting this 3%, 4% every year, which I can save as a developer. Then as a developer, what did I do? That when I started since 2016 as a development, I do not just give you the property. On the property, I give you the 10% of ROI, which in the market you're only able to save up to 5.5 as an average, and right now maybe 3.5 or 4%. I am giving you 10% of ROI, and that too, it's going to be net guaranteed by the DLD itself, and that too, I'm giving you the free service charges for the entire 10 years. I'm giving you the free property management for the entire 10 years. Isn't it something very amazing? Yes. It is. Right now, so we may not be a good thing for the end user. If somebody wants to literally settle up here in Business Bay, I will be like, okay, you can just really settle up. Why? Because he's an end user. But somebody who is actually an end user, definitely he would be actually having something for the investment. So as I said, 4.4 million is of the population, and out of that 98% are actually the investors. Those either want to start with only and only 300,000, they want to invest. I'm telling you, invest with me. I am a whole soul example for the investment, where somebody wants to invest, be it their 1 million, be it their 500,000, be even if they're 300,000. I am going to give them the better and the best portfolio also. I'll be just taking your question after this. So now also, I stand one of the top 10 developers in the entire Dubai. I stand the number 7 in terms of buying and selling. But my forte is not only buying and selling. My forte is actually giving you the great investment opportunity, the 10% return, net guarantee without any deduction, free services, free property management for 10 years. I stand the number 1 developer in terms of the investment. That's what my forte is all about, and I have been awarded not once but twice by the government of Dubai in terms of the investment. So that's what the beauty of us as a developer is. So I will be just making you go through our buildings, our projects. First of all, capital appreciation is never being guaranteed. It really depends on the market. If the market actually gives, it literally goes cracks or little soft enough, then definitely you cannot expect the appreciation at least for the 2 or that kind of a year. But there comes a probability, there comes a risk. Now, how I'm actually beautifying myself and my product in such a way, if there comes a correction or if there comes the appreciation or the depreciation in the property, whatever the areas right now I'm going to show up to you, you will be amazed that my areas are literally going to give you a strategically located areas that of mine is definitely giving you the appreciation, number 1. But then again, I'm saying, if any developer will give you the appreciation, I'll definitely also give you the appreciation, because we do not actually work on the property's location yet. But again, it's also a risk, right? It is a risk, but definitely the graph shows always that there is going to be a great appreciation. But what other developers are not going to give you, that is the 10% of return, that is the free property management, that is the free service charges, which as a cherry on cake I'm giving you. With the other developers, with due respect, you have a risk. What if my property at certain time there comes a depreciation? If you know about the market, after certain time there will be the depreciation. The property will definitely reach to its depreciation. But as me, exactly, it will. If you see this business bay from the last 3 years, do you know what's actually the rentals over here? It's literally coming 4%.
Yeah, because they are selling again and again and again. Now it's
and now it has literally reached a saturation thing. These 10 years, I'm giving you your 1 million back to you by giving this 10%. No deduction, no service charges, no property management, plus the property. Now there is not even a low risk, there is zero risk with the property. Now let me just tell you the location that we do have. So first of all, he's the man, Mr. Tafseed Khan. Tell me one thing, Arjun, and this is question to all of you. If you're going to be an investor, tell me where you would like to invest. Whether you would like to invest in an area which is already developed, has actually reached its saturation, or you would love to invest in an area which is developing.
It depends on the purpose. If I want my money to grow, definitely I will invest in areas that are not developed.
Okay.
But if I'm already rich, I have a huge amount of money.
Okay.
I want to park in a safe way.
Okay.
I will definitely park in somewhere where it's saturated but money is safe.
Okay, now wonderful, I really like it, but just a little my opinion also that I really want to add in. If you're actually going to a place which is already developed, then you need to understand that what's going to be the entry ticket size to enter in. That's one thing, okay? If you're looking as an end user, always choose a developed area, because you really want to have the high standard of living, okay? Whatever is going to be the entry price, definitely, hi, good morning, you're not going to actually suffice yourself for that. But if you're looking purely for the investment, you should always invest in such an area that is growing. Those people who invested in back in 2005 to 15 in Business Bay, it was literally a desert. Right now it's literally one of the city within city. Why? Because His Highness said that I'm going to make this Business Bay the city within city. And after that, what happened? Burj Khalifa came, Dubai Mall came, but now it has come, and now the saturation has also come down. Now he has said that I'm going to make one city the future of tomorrow. And do you know which city is that? That is the Dubai South. Dubai South.
Yeah.
Dubai South, as per His Highness, he said that I'm going to make that really thing the city of tomorrow. The future city is going to be Dubai South. Why? Do you know the reason? Because over there is going to be the world's largest airport. That's the Al Maktoum Airport. This Al Maktoum Airport is something which is not going to come, it's already there. There are 7 terminals, and out of those 7 terminals, 2 terminals are already functional. Number 1, there are 5 runways, there are 400 exit gates. The DXB airport that you see here, this airport is actually going to be shut. By 2030, this airport is actually going to be shut, and the whole thing is going to come actually on this airport. Not even the double, not even the triple, not even 4 times, 5 times is actually going to have the great population over on it. Now tell me, if you have the area where there is going to be the world's largest airport, it's going to have the same height, the world's tallest tower, Burj Khalifa, having the same height, the world's largest mall, Dubai Mall. So if you see why this area is right now so much into demand, and why it was, right now it's not that much in demand, but why it was, because of these worlds. Now tell me one thing, this is going to be the another landmark having the world's largest airport. Now one thing I want to ask you guys, tell me one thing, do everybody, whoever is actually in Dubai, does he or she gets a chance to go to Burj Khalifa? No, not everybody gets, right? Even if I'll talk about the Dubai Mall, even if we're having the matadors, like the metros are also there, not everybody wants to go there. But whosoever has to come here, he has to come through the airport only. So now on this airport, which is also going to be the only airport as the world's largest airport, this airport is going to be shut 80%. Tell me that how much of great hype it's going to have. Isn't it? Now tell me, if you think that my property is just only 12 to 15 minutes away, do you think it's going to have appreciation? So congratulations, my building is just only 13 to 15 minutes away from the world's largest airport. That's going to be in Dubai South as well as in DIC. So whatever the areas I have chosen, my all areas are somehow which definitely is going to give you a great strategical location, giving you the great capital appreciation. You know what, when I came as a developer in 2016, in 2017 I started my very first project, and in the very first project in 2017, when I completed it and when I sold it up in 2021, you know what price I actually sold it up in DIC, which was still that really time, it's right now developing, but that really time, just around 5 years ago, how much was the price that I sold it up? It was 1100 per square feet. Right now, that was Al Haseen 1. Right now in the same area, because I got such a great response, I'm having Al Haseen 2, Al Haseen 3, Al Haseen 4, Al Haseen 5, Al Haseen 6 and Desire. Right now the Al Haseen 5 that I'm selling from 1100, I'm right now selling it up as 2025. That's the great appreciation that I'm telling you. Then I am telling you that I am able to actually sell my project at really price, because the moment you're going to see my options, we are having also the 100% buyback option. We are also having the optional of the buyback. We are also having the no buyback option. So we are having all the great dishes that a customer wants to have, and then it depends that what is his taste, where he wants to like literally match up his mouth, and then we are going to give him that options. Am I clear with this? Okay. So from your capital appreciation point of view, from your great rental point of view, we are actually the top notch in all. However, I'm again telling you, we are not for the end user. If we are here, we are literally for the investors, those who do have their money and they want to park in. We are completely going to make from their money their money. We are also going to give them the great money without any risk. With us, there is no risk. You are getting a property with your amount back in these 10 years. Am I clear with this? So this is the DIC Dubai South having, this is the Palm Jumeirah, but not the double, the triple size of that is going to be the Jebel Ali. So from the Jebel Ali to my project, it's just only 32 minutes away. That's just the one location. This is the Dubai South, where my project is only 12 minutes away from the world's largest airport. And do you know, wherever there is going to be airport, as per the Dubai law, within 100 meters of line, there should be the metro. Currently, we do have only 2 operational things. One is the red metro line, another one is the green one. And blue metro line, which was officially announced in 2025 in the month of June, is already going to be by 2029 operational. And fortunately, whatever the locations that I am having, my all locations are actually going to have this blue metro line. Am I clear with this? So what are my locations? My location is Dubai South, my location is DIC, my location is Warsan 4 International City Phase 2, my location is JVC, my location is Majan, my location is DLRC, Dubai Land Residential Complex. Now let me just tell you characteristics of one by one of my location. So first of all, if you talk about this area, which is actually the DLRC and the Warsan. In the DLRC, you know where there is an academic city and a silicon oasis? Academic city, why that is famous of? That's famous because of the academics, right, institutions. Currently there are 27 plus international universities, and in coming of 2 years, as per His Highness, the plan is going to be 55 plus international universities. Now tell me one thing, if there are going to be the world's international universities, from Georgia to America, to from UK to Saudi Arabia to Abu Dhabi to India and so, now when the students are literally studying there, definitely there needs to have the staff, definitely there needs to have the residential area, and our project is just only 9 minutes away from the academic city, giving you a good capital appreciation, right? Number one. Number two, we're also in Majan. In the Majan, we are actually in the Al Safa 3 Global Village, which is actually my favorite place in the entire Dubai. That is just only 8 minutes away. And not only because of the Global Village, my project, which is actually next to Barari community. Have you heard of the Barari community?
Yes.
Barari community is one of the top-notch communities in terms of the villas and the townhouses, right? And for the great capital appreciation, if you see, I'm selling my project over there 1700 or 1600 per square feet. Okay, we are having 16 projects in these 10 years. We were able to acquire some project, we were able to construct some project, and we are having construction going on for certain projects. So this Al Haseen 1 and Al Haseen 2 already constructed and delivered. Not even a single apartment is left for us to sell in the market in this. Then this is Al Haseen 3 under construction, Al Haseen 4 construction, and Al Haseen 5 again under construction. This is Moonsa. This Moonsa we are going to deliver in this month, inshallah. And this is Moonsa 2 under construction, and this also under construction. And this is going to be as a coming soon, like where we will be just getting the escrow for this. Now these are the buildings, the projects which we have acquired. Because when we started in 2016 as a developer, and when we constructed our Al Haseen 1 and Al Haseen 2, it was sold out so quickly, even without any marketing campaign and so. And people were loving our 10% of ROI, but they wanted something in ready. So we were having a huge demand of the ready building, and it's not really possible humanly to just make a building in a 1 month or even in 6 months or even a year. So we cannot really afford to lose those clients who wanted to take the benefit of 10% ROI, the services for 10 years, but in ready building. So what did we do is we acquired these buildings. We could have acquired the buildings here in the business bay, but as I said, we have the strategical location. We acquired the only buildings, those where we will be getting a good amazing rentals in terms of the capital appreciation also. Am I clear with this? So this is Al Haseen 5. It was launched in 2017 and completed in 2020. It's G+6 plus roof, total 138 apartments. Studio 1 BHK, 2 BHK you're going to see in all our projects, with the 3 BHK plus the retail also in certain projects. Having the basic amenities from gym, centralized AC, swimming pool, party hall area, 24/7 security and so. So these are all our projects. So up to this all are delivered. Under construction, these are under construction, which I'll be also showing you the exact positioning of the construction. This is the acquired one, ready to move in. In the DIC, it's in the Warsan 4, just only 4 minutes away from the Blue Metro line. This is also just 2 minutes away from Blue Metro line. This is in the Academic City Dubai Land Residence Complex, just only 9 minutes away from the Academic City. This is in the JVC. This is in the Majan next to Global Village, just 8 minutes, and just opposite street cross to Barari community. Now let's just talk about this. So now your question is going to get answered in this. So we are having amazing two type of investor. Number one investor is going to be an investor who wants to put all his money and he wants to get the ROI immediately. Second investor is someone who actually what he needs to do, he is just paying 40% maybe as a down payment, and remaining 60% he wants to go with the payment plan. Be it for, as I said, we are having a payment plan of 3 years also, 5 years also, and definitely, which I already discussed, that's the 10 years of payment plan. So these are the two investors that we do have. One, a full cash buyer, and second, a payment plan buyer. So for the full cash buyer, I'm giving you these three options. You give me 1 million. On that 1 million, this is something very important for you guys to know. You give me 1 million, I'll give you on that 1 million 100,000, which is the 10% property management. So let's assume that we are getting a property of 1 million. So I'm telling you, I'll be giving you this 10%, which is going to be for 10 years. So every year you're going to get the 100,000 for 10 years. So if we see, you're getting your 1 million back in 10 years.
Yes.
Plus the property. Okay, that's just a one option, the number one option. But as you could just see, there is written as no buyback. Now what does this no buyback actually meant for? Over here, in these 10 years, you're not bound with us. You are not bound with us. You want to sell anytime your property in the open market, you can easily do it by just giving me a 1 year of prior notice. That's it. Okay. Yes, because this is actually as per the RERA rule. Okay, RERA rule says that if there is going to be an owner and he is having his tenant over there, now the owner wants the property for his self use or he wants to actually use it for anything else. So there, as per the RERA rule, it says that whosoever is the tenant living there, you need to give him a 1 year of notice. Alright, and if it's going to be residential, if it's going to be commercial, you need to give 2 years and 3 years of notice. But with us, what's going to be a cherry on cake? Since we are not just the developer, we are also the property management. So the property management is also in our control. So if you're giving me a prior notice mentioning today, alright, and then after 3 months, let's assume that the agreement was supposed to get renewed, because we need to give a 1 year of notice, and every year there comes the renewal, which we call as ijari, the rental agreement. Let's assume that after 3 months he is supposed to have the renewal, and over here you have given me today the notice and I'm giving the same notice today to the tenant. Now it's on the tenant whether he wants to literally vacate the property after 3 months or he can just take the entire property. And in certain cases, if the property, the owner who is actually having the property and he's like, no, do something, I want, and then since it's going to be under our management also, we try our level best to actually compensate the tenant with some any other apartment, so we can just give you the building to sell it out. There comes with the condition. Am I clear with this? So you are having this also a positive side from our end, because we are having in-house the property management. With us, you anywhere when you want to sell, the condition is actually the 1 year. But if you want an urgent basis, we will try our level best to ask the tenant to just vacate. But if he agrees, well and good. If he doesn't agree, then you need to wait for a year. Now, second is going to be the 10% of ROI for 5 years with the compulsory buyback. This option acts as actually as a FD. If you're having your money, alright, and there comes a customer who says, I am not really interested in the property. So why are you not interested in the property? I'm kind of being dicey about the Dubai market. What if my property is going to get depreciated? So second option acts as an FD to them, where I'm giving them the 10% of their principal amount. So whatever amount they are going to invest, there were the customers who were looking first of all for the discount. But the moment I told them this kind of an option, they said, I want to go with this. Because I'm giving you the amount, the principal amount, and on the principal amount you're giving me the 10%. If the property was actually at 1.5, he was saying make it for 1.3. I said, well, listen to this first of all. The moment he actually heard this, from 1.3 he actually make the deal up to 2 million. And on that 2 million, now he is getting the 200,000 every year for the entire 5 years. Now after 5 years, he will get the 2 million back, plus he has already earned that 1.5 or whatever is going to be amount of the half of these 5 years. So am I clear with the second option also? Okay, wonderful question. So this 4% is actually going to be the DLD thing, okay, which a customer has to pay. Why? First of all, it's a wonderful question which I wanted to actually make it up after this, but wonderfully you asked it. So there is a 4% of DLD. So first of all, as per the rules, who is going to be the purchaser? He needs to pay. Now after 5 years, who is going to be the seller? The buyer. And I as a developer, I would be the buyer then, right? Because it's going to change, right? So now here, after 5 years, who will pay this 4%? It's going to be still the investor. Why? Because in these 5 years, I'm telling you, sir, it is something that I really deserve. Why? Because in these 5 years, you're not paying any service charges. In these 5 years, you're not paying any property management, and forget about that, that comes in this thing. But let's assume that you have actually bought a property. Then if your property has been depreciated, you're losing, right? And even if you're losing, and also in order to sell your property in the market, you need to have a broker. And in order to have a broker, you need to pay them the commission.
2%.
Right? 2%, right? And then also, what if the property that was actually yours, do you think that, okay, it's going to actually come at the same price? Number one. Number two, you need to have certain renovations to have actually done for the property. With me, neither there is any broker involved, nor there is any renovation, nor any service charges, nor any property management. Whatever amount you have invested, I'm giving you the same back with the 10% of return. So for that, 4% is the amount that you need to pay at the end. Am I clear with this?
But that's a loss for us.
That is actually a loss for a customer. Okay, see,
2%.
for you.
Yeah, 2%.
Why?
Like at the time of resale, we can get the 2% from the
But okay, hold on. You're getting a good commission here, so don't worry.
How much?
Let me just tell you, okay? Let me just tell you. So we are having actually the arrangement in such a way which is actually going to be a great benefit for the client as well as for the brokers. Okay, so don't worry about it. So am I clear till this? Okay, now let's go for this option. Here you're having the 8% of ROI. Now in this 8% of ROI, you're having the optional buyback. What is this optional buyback? In this optional buyback, you're saying that you give me the property, all right, 1 million you have given me, and I'm giving you the property. Now this property is yours. In these 10 years, if you see that your property is appreciated, which definitely will happen, you want to sell your property anytime in the open market, you can. But when and why you will sell your property in the open market? When you see that your property is appreciated. But there is the another side also. Another side is, what if my property is actually depreciated? What will happen? I'm telling you, so don't worry, since you have chosen this optional buyback. In this optional buyback, the another side is that if you think that your property is depreciated, come in the 9th year, because this agreement is for 10 years. And why 9th year I'm telling you? Because 1 year of prior notice is very much needed. Come in the 9th year, tell me, Dugasta, thank you so much, take your property back. And I, without asking any question, I'll take the property back from you and will give you your 1 million back plus the 8% ROI. Because over here, I'm actually taking a risk for you. If property is appreciated, sell in the market. But what if the property is depreciated? I'm losing that. So over here, I'm giving you the 8% of ROI with the choice of yours. Am I clear with this? Okay. Anytime. Anytime you want to sell in the market, anytime. You want to give the property back to me, this is the best option I'm giving you. Don't worry, do not give me even the first year. I'm telling you, analyze the whole market for 9 years. What if in the 8th year you are getting the appreciation? I'm telling you, give the 9th year the property back to me. I'll take the property.
Somebody within 6 months they want to change it.
Exactly, he can, definitely. If he wants to sell the property in the open market, anytime. If he wants to give the property back to Dugasta in the 9th year.
And if he wants to give the property to the bank and raise the equity and invest in different places,
Yeah, definitely. Once he's having a title deed, he can definitely do it. There's no problem. Because until and unless
bank will charge 4.7% to 5%, he take the equity and invest somewhere.
Exactly. That's how another customer of mine actually does it. So what he did, he got a property in the JVC. he got the property's title, okay, and he is receiving the ROI because he has paid the whole amount. And now from the title, he has put it actually in the bank and he is getting the equity on this. And from that equity, he is buying the another property. So definitely he can do it, because once the title deed is under your name, you want to do anything, you can do it. What the banks needs from you, the title deed. Title deed is actually under your name. So definitely you can do it. Am I clear with this?
And here we will pay the 4% still same?
Oh yes. Whenever you are giving the property back to us, you need to pay the 4%. Over here, there is no why, because we are not taking the property back. Over here, we are taking the property. It has to be given back to us. And over here, it's your choice. Alright?
So we have to pay twice the 4%?
Yes, in this and in this. Yes.
And, how about this? How you are paying? Quarterly, annually? Like
Wonderful. Another amazing question. So how do we pay? Let's assume that today you are paying the whole amount. Alright. Today you pay the whole amount. From today only the ROI will get started. Now it will take 1 or 1.5 month to just cover all the legal documentation from token form to the reservation form, and once the SPA is going to get drafted and it will be sent to the buyer, and once the buyer is going to sign it, and then he will actually give the SPA back to us. So we as a developer, we can countersign it. So once it's going to get countersigned, within 15 working days he will receive his 4 checks. So it will take around the whole procedure 1 month or maximum 1.5 month. So in this, what will happen, once you're gonna get all the 4 checks, the very first check you can encash the same time. The remaining 3 checks you can encash in quarter basis. Okay, which always you are having 2 months always in advance. So today, today it's June. So today you are paying the whole amount. Okay, and now in July you will be receiving your first 4 checks. So in July you can encash the June, July and August the same day. Okay, and then after 3 months the second check you can encash.
2.5%.
Exactly, not 2.5.
You're 10% if you're.
Okay, if we are saying in that way. Yes, yes, you're
More or
right.
less 2%.
Yes,
Second
okay.
option, you can after 5 years, you want to continue getting ROI. You can do it or not?
No, because after 5 years we will take the property back.
But if you say, I want to keep it, I don't want
No,
to.
no,
He has to give it.
he has to give.
By addition.
And let me just tell you, so out of all these 3 options, the best option is this option. 78% of my investors choose this option. Second is this option, and the least is this. Why? Because here he is losing 20% in these 10 years. Safety is more, but the one who knows the Dubai market will never do it. Why? Because Dubai always gives you the appreciation. But yeah, then it depends. It depends on a customer to customer.
The second option is for the cash buyer or for
Cash buyer. All these 3 options are for the cash buyer. Okay? All these 3 options are for the cash buyer. Then again, I'm telling you, if you talk about me, whatever the current situation I have seen from last 3 months, definitely I will choose this option or this option. But the one who actually knows, like, okay, I know where my property is and I'm definitely going to get this and this and that, definitely he will choose, because in this he has nothing to lose. He is getting 10% of ROI, whatever amount he has invested, he is getting back with the property. Here, again, he has nothing to lose. Here, he is losing 20%.
But you see,
And
But,
in first one, these children will enjoy the property in Dubai.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
please? I have 3 questions. actually.
yes, yes.
In the first 2 options, is it 10% on the current market value?
On the
or
paid amount,
paid amount?
yes. You are paying me 1 million, I'll give you the 10% of your 1
So
million.
I have to pay full amount upfront, cash payment.
Yes. Okay?
Second question is, you said that it definitely will appreciate, but we all know that the appreciation is not only about location, okay, strategic location, but also the quality of the building.
Mm-hmm.
You acquired some, let's say, old buildings, right?
Yes, yes,
With
yes.
time, we all know that the quality gets.
Wonderful
Appreciate
question,
it.
wonderful question. That's what I was telling in the beginning. You were actually not that really time. So with us, you're getting a risk-free investment. Number 1, if you are not actually happy with the appreciation, you can any which ways choose this 5 years of compulsory. You can anyways choose actually this one, the third option. I am actually giving you the options which is going to set all my investors need. Somebody who wants to go with our off plan, because definitely it's going to give you the great appreciation. Someone who wants to go in the ready, but unfortunately he is kind of insecure about the Dubai market, and definitely it's an acquired building. Old building as in we have acquired 2019, 2020 and 2022 buildings. So as per Dubai, 75 years is actually the life of a building. But then depending on mostly where the capital appreciation depends not only on the building, it depends on the strategical location in terms of the amenities. The buildings that I am having, maybe it would be little older than any other building in the area, but my building is giving you the great amenity of the Blue Metro line, the great amenity of the Al Maktoum airport. So that is what I am compensating with my either ways. Now another thing, as again you're like, okay, what if I'm not gonna get the appreciation? Appreciation is never been guaranteed by any developer. It depends on the market. But any which ways, if you talk about the building, you're not sure about it, take the second option, take the third option. Why I have given you these three options? Where a customer has its due diligence, where you're going to be the property consultant for them, whatever you actually are going to give him the advisory thing, they're going to take it. And whosoever has his due diligence already done, they can just choose any of the option. And the moment I'm going to actually show up to you my great payment plan. My payment plan is something so amazing, where the 1 million of property you're actually getting at only and only 300,000, which I will be now showing up to you. And in that there is going to be the property is all yours, then you want to sell it in the market. Even we are also giving you the option of transfer. You got a client today and he bought the property from us, and in 3 years he is enjoying the 10% ROI. Now after 3 years he said that I want to transfer my building to somebody else. We can actually do that, and then the third person, who is going to be the second buyer, he is going to receive the 10% ROI for the remaining 7 years with the free services, with the free property management. So we have the transfer thing also. Then again, my dear, again I'm telling you, appreciation is never being guaranteed, and appreciation doesn't only and only conclude the building, it also has the amenities in the surrounding area. So this is 1 million. So we are having options of 40-60, 50-50 and 60-40. The best among all these three is this, and I'll tell you why. Now my forte is whatever amount you're going to pay, I will be giving you the 10% of that. Is there any developer where you're actually paying just 40% and he's giving you the returns? Is there any developer? We are only giving you. So you need to understand that if you might not like the kind of a building that we are actually having acquirement, but for the investments, for the international buyer, those who are literally looking for the investment, they really don't see the building, they see just the money. Number one. Number two, so you are giving me 60%. So what is the 60% of 1 million? 600,000. Now what is the balance?
400.
This 400,000 I'm telling you can pay in 10 years. So every year you need to pay 4%, which is going to be 40,000 each year, right? If 400,000, which is actually a balance that you need to pay in 10 years, so every year as an EMI you need to pay 40,000, right? Now I'm telling you, you know what, you pay this much and this is the only amount you have to pay. That's it. How? As I said, my forte is whatever you're going to give me, either you give me full cash or you give me this. My forte is whatever you're going to give me, I'll be giving you the 10% of that. So what is the 10% of 600? It's going to be your first year's ROI. This ROI is going to cover your EMI. It is something that you were supposed to pay. I'm telling you, you're not paying it now. Why? Because you're building your apartment, which is generating the ROI from the day one. It's covering your balance of your EMI. But still, on the top of it, are you still earning something? That's a 20,000. Because your ROI was this, your EMI is this. So your ROI is covering your EMI, and on the top of it, you're earning this much. Now, second year, it will be this much. Why? Because the 40,000, which was your EMI, that gets actually added to your principal amount, so it will get compounded, right? So second year you are still earning as a net profit this much, third year this much, fourth year this much, fifth this, and this is how the things actually will work. And if you see, your 60% actually covered your 40%, and on the top of it you're earning your 30%, and this all is yet without any capital appreciation, this all is yet without any currency appreciation. Now if you see, your this is covering your this and giving you the 30% up in these 10 years. So add this plus this, you're literally getting your property only and only at 30%. And if you're going to choose a studio, starting with 700,000 in off plan and in ready with the 900,000, you're literally getting a property only and only at 23%, depending on the area he wants to. With this, you're having the property is yours, sell anytime in the market you can do. By just even paying 40%, you get the NOC and sell anytime in the market. You want to do it, you can easily do it. So how does it sounds to you? It's good. And now, why not 40-60, why not 50-50, and why only 60-40? Because since you're paying 40-60 and it's actually going to have a good capital within you, because you just paid only 40% and remaining 60 we will get in 10 years. So there is a premium of 100 dirham per square feet. If a property is right now at 1600 and you are choosing the 10 years of plan, you will get the property at 1700 per square feet. Over here there is a 50 dirham per square feet, and over here there is no premium. And here you are earning from the first year. Over here you will be earning after 5 years. Why? Because ROI is on 40 and EMI is actually on higher. So you were supposed to pay 6 but you are getting only 4. So now your 4 is covering your 6, and the minus 2 which you were supposed to pay, you will pay that then. First year 2 like 20, second year 16, third year is going to be 12, and the fourth year is going to be 8,000, and from the fifth year you will be earning from the property.